Hi, my name's Alfie Thomas, and this is a new series that I'm going to be doing called Behind the Curtain, where I'm just basically going to be being very honest about me and my experience with mental health. For those of you that know me as a musician, there's also going to be some behind the scenes of that and glimpses into my creative process. But as you can probably see by the title of this video, this is going to be a more mental health orientated video because I'm struggling at the moment, I'm not gonna lie, and I want to talk about it. The reason I'm doing these videos is mainly going to be for me, but also if there's anyone out there that can potentially relate to the stuff that I'm going to be talking about, and this helps you realise that you're not alone, then that's fantastic too. So we should probably start like this. So I'm autistic, I have Asperger's syndrome if you want to be more specific, and I've been diagnosed with that for many years now. I believe at the time as well it was told to my parents that I also likely have ADHD, but I've never had a official diagnosis for that. More recently I have severe separation anxiety, especially in the areas of having abandonment issues and attachment issues, as well as PTSD from certain things that have happened to me throughout my life. And this last month has been a lot. I'm not going to go into too many details about recent events out of respect for some of the parties involved, because I don't think they would like me sharing certain things, so I'm not going to go into too many details about very recent things out of respect for those people. But in this last month, I very quickly went from feeling probably the happiest I've ever been in my life to honestly just feeling broken, like going from feeling like you have everything and the world's at your fingertips to having nothing. I'm the sort of person who has quite a strong work ethic. Like right now I'm filming this in my music studio and I normally am in here every day without fail. In the last month, I've been in here 3, maybe 4 times, and I've not really done much because I've just not been able to motivate myself to do anything. I've not been able to bring myself to sit in this chair and make music or record any videos. I've spent nearly every day kind of locked away in my bedroom, just trying to process my emotions. It's been rare for me to even really get out of bed. Part of my autism and Asperger's is I really don't do well with change, and a lot has changed in quite a lot of ways this last month, and it's really hit me hard. I've always had very clear plans about everything that I want to do with my life and where I'm going, but I've just been so uncertain about everything for weeks now. Underlying issues that I've had for years have come to the surface very prominently in this last month, which, you know, isn't ideal. I have felt very alone, and as someone who has separation anxiety and has a quite strong fear of abandonment, and part of having a fear of abandonment obviously is fear of being alone, it's been tough, and my head has not been in the nicest of places recently. I honestly don't think there's a better way to describe it than I've just felt broken and lost, and I've just found myself asking almost every day, like, what's the point in anything? Because I've just lost all motivation to do things that I enjoy, which is a vicious cycle to get into, because music, which is my life, is my saviour in a lot of ways, and not having the motivation or want to do that just makes you spiral more and more. When you're autistic, you hyperfixate on things, and music is one of those things for me. Music is the main thing for me, like music is my life. So mentally not being able to do that, it pulls you down, and it don't stop until it drowns you. And I felt like I've been drowning for a bit now. I started talking to a therapist a few weeks ago out of, quite honestly, desperation, because I felt so alone and just wanted a complete outside opinion and view on things that I'm going through. And I recommend doing that to anyone, even if it's not a therapist, just having someone that you can speak to about anything and everything, you know, get everything off your chest. I really recommend it. My eating habits have gotten extremely bad. I've been lucky to be able to finish a meal a day. As I'll be totally honest, as I'm filming this right now, it's Sunday evening and no food has entered my system today. I've had a glass of water. It's again, I can't motivate myself to do these little things, and then the times where I do, sorry to be a bit TMI, you know, it comes up because the anxiety and the stress just won't let me keep food down. You know, I find myself staying up all night because my mind just can't switch off, and purposely like waking up later in the day again, which is something I used to do when I was in quite a bad place a few years ago, but I've started doing it again now, just for the days to go by quicker, which is an awful thing to have to feel like that, because, you know, you shouldn't wish your life away, especially when you're at my age. But I've just wanted the days to go by sooner, just so I don't have to feel the anxiety and the pain for as long, and hopefully a better day will come quicker. But this stuff is why I wanted to start making these videos, because it's a way that I can hopefully motivate myself to do something which will help me and hopefully help other people that are watching this too. But yeah, I've felt so alone and broken, and I'm very aware that because of my autism, because of separation anxiety, because of PTSD, I'm a lot to deal with in a friendship, as a family member, in a relationship. You know, I'm a lot. I'm very aware of that, and I always feel so guilty that people in my life have to put up with me, because especially at the moment I don't see much worth in myself, and I've been in relationships in the past where I've really been made to just feel like a burden and a nuisance because of my genuine mental health issues, which then makes it really hard to open up to other people, because you feel like everyone's then gonna feel like that, you know? Couple that with having attachment issues. A part of that for me is you will do anything to avoid conflict with people that you know, are getting attached to, because I don't want anyone to ever be even mildly inconvenienced by me, never mind upset with me. Like, if someone that I genuinely care about, if I think I've upset them, annoyed them in any way or any amount, like it takes its toll on me very quickly, which I think ties into my abandonment issue, because I'm so terrified of losing people that show me any love or care, which again goes back to being very self-aware that as a friend or as a partner, I'm a lot to deal with, because I need reassurance on everything all the time. And in a relationship, I guess needy is probably the right word for it, which up until recently I thought, oh, it's just me being a pain, you know. But then having separation anxiety and PTSD brought to my attention as being a thing that I'm dealing with makes a lot more sense. But it certainly doesn't make it any easier, you know. And genuinely, I get terrified of losing people who get close and show me that they care. That's something that, to varying degrees, I'm going to have to deal with for the rest of my life. It's something that my partner will have to deal with, and I feel so guilty about it, because like I said before, I know I'm a lot, and then coupled with PTSD that I've acquired throughout my life from quite a young age up until very recently, things are really a struggle sometimes, and at the moment especially they really are. But I'm trying my best, and I hope doing these videos will help me and hopefully help other people out there too. Yeah, I've managed to hold back the tears for this one. This was difficult to film though, I won't lie. I don't know how often I'm going to do these. I might try and do maybe one a week. I hope this was interesting. If anyone out there is struggling with anything like me, I hope this helps you in some way, because I know how lonely it can feel when you have these issues that I have. This was all off the cuff. I hadn't planned anything that I was going to say. I've just kind of pressed record and gone with it. So this was a very broad video. I will go more in depth into specific areas of my life and mental health in future videos, but leave a comment down below, let me know what you think, and yeah, I'll see you in the next episode of this series, I guess. Thank you very much for watching.